Hey there, my fellow chicken people. I am doing some test breeding, you could call it, into what my Cemani is made of. This is chaos. You can see that he has some leakage in his hackle. It's not red and it's not silver, it's somewhere in between. So I think that he carries one copy of silver. Um, I pulled chicks out of the incubator this morning, our first hatch from Chaos, and he was bred to this very poor quality cream leg bar pullet. Um, she isn't the perfect cream leg bar. She's probably a golden creel leg bar, or maybe split to cream, but that's not really the focus here. What came out of the incubator was 50% chicks that looked like this. And here's another shot of it. So to me, I think this is clearly carrying the silver gene, and it got a copy of the duckwing or E plus gene from its cream leg bar mama. Um, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Kip and Jungle color calculator for chickens or not, but I'm going to show you. This is the Kip and Jungle calculator for crossbreeds. So we can go here and I can select a Cemani. So there are a lot of breeds here. Not all of them are perfect. And the closest thing to a cream leg bar in here is going to be a Bielefelder. I can put those in the calculator and we'll see these pictures change. So it calls Cemani a black pattern gold duckwing, which is incorrect, and it has it on the E plus base, extension of black, I should say. Cemanis are actually ER. They're birchen or crowwing. It correctly has 2 copies of fibromelanistic here, but there's some debate, maybe, or discussion as to whether the Cemani should be homozygous melanized or even carry the charcoal gene. So right now the Kip and Jungle calculator is telling me that an ER birchen bird with 2 copies of fibro is going to be a black pattern gold necked bird. However, if I change this melanotic to even 1 copy, it makes this whole bird black. All right, so let's assume that Chaos has only 1 copy because melanotic is not completely dominant. It's an incomplete dominant gene. And then let's talk about the cream leg bar. So the difference between a cream leg bar and a Bielefelder is going to be that proper cream leg bar has 2 copies of inhibitor of gold. So I'm going to switch that, which doesn't, it's a recessive. The chick would have to receive 2 copies from the parent in order to reflect anything, so it's irrelevant in this discussion. The cream leg bar is also crested, so I'm going to change this to crested, which is also irrelevant to this discussion, and they had the blue egg gene, the uppercase O, uppercase O. I think that's all. Oh, and Chaos, I believe, has 1 copy of silver, so I'm going to tweak him here. 1 copy of silver, the S plus is actually gold. So once I get all that set, I can hit calculate. All right, and it gives me the probabilities 25% female, extended black. This is kind of hard to read, but you can flip over to the phenotypes and you can see, okay, so 25% of the offspring are going to be female and they're going to be solid black. 12.5% are going to be, let's see, let's just look at the females. 12.5% are going to be this black pattern redneck birchen, black pattern redneck cream birchen. So this one is going to be the one that carries silver, the only female that carries silver. And it says we've got a 12.5% probability. I got 50%. Now, granted, there were only 8 eggs in this hatch, but 4 of them were this color. So I just thought that was interesting. Now, what happens if I go back and I say, okay, Chaos has 2 copies of melanized? Then what happens when I cross him with this cream light bar? Well, then you've got a 50-50, only 2 possibilities, and the males are going to be barred and the females are going to be solid black. So, this calculator, it isn't perfect, but if it's any indication as to what my chaos is, he may be heterozygous for melanotic, and that could be one of the reasons why we have his gold leakage. Just a thought.